If you want to do something in your career, your brand should be very strong. Now, to build a brand, there are various things that a person can do. You can write about your thoughts, you can write about your research, you can write about it, you can get published your articles, you can get published your books, you can share on social media your thoughts. So that is something very, very important, and it has to be consistent. The problem with the people, we see that we are not consistent in our goals. We are not consistent in the work that we do, right? So if you are talking about personal brand, we all struggle with that. Everyone struggle because we don't have time for that.
Hello everyone, I'm Jitendra Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Pep Hack Mastering the Art of Selling. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and more. Today I have with me Miss Priyanka Karwa. She is a dynamic professional with a BBA and an MBA in finance from Symbiosis Institute of Distance Learning. With over 12 years of experience in the corporate managing multiple roles, her journey has been one of the remarkable resilience and inspiration. Relocating to Mumbai after her marriage, she faced a challenge of balancing her conservative family background with her professional aspirations. However, she refused to compromise on her family responsibilities, especially after becoming a mother. This led her to find innovative ways to pursue her career while nurturing her personal life. As a workaholic, she climbed the ladder of success to become a director of employability and placement, assisting countless learners in securing domestic and international jobs, internships, and freelance opportunities. Her unwavering determination and success story have not only empowered her but also served as a beacon of hope for women in her community who share similar conservative background. Beyond her professional achievements, she is a passionate baker who has even mentored aspiring home bakers, helping them establish thriving businesses from the comfort of their home. She is the epitome of women who has defied societal norms to carve her own path, but as a professional and as a mentor to others, all while nurturing her love for baking. Today, she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So, let us hear from her. Welcome, Priyanka. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jitendra. Yeah.
So, first thing I'd like to ask from you is like, how did your past life has affected the person you wanted to be in your life and what you are? So, it is related to like when you were growing, you would be having certain thoughts for career. So, on the basis of that, and now.
Okay, so to share about this, I belong to a Marwadi family. In my family, I'm the only girl who is working, who is in my maternal family, if I say. So, but my mom was very open-minded. She taken opportunity whenever there was something which I should learn. She was like, you should be aware of lot of things and you should learn so many things which can help you for your future. Whenever you need something, you have certain options open for you. And her open mindedness, and she used to fight with the family about me that she is the person who will work, she will do certain things, and I was very much clear about my career that I want to do something in my life. Apart from that, she also inspired me and my brother. My brother is also right now a partner at a very big company. So we only two people are there in our whole family who are just working. Others are all in businesses. So I would say that my mom was someone who actually created an environment around us which made us see what is available in the industry, how to work and how to see your dreams coming true.
Right. So if you see yourself now, so what is the difference? Like, how is the journey so far?
Journey is, I would say, it was a difficult journey, if you say. But at the end of the day, the goal was until you do something good in your day. If you have not accomplished your everyday goal, you should not be able to sleep that day. So that
Right.
made us work so hard that every day in the morning, yes, this is the goal for the day, and if it is not achieved till the time, that sleep is not what we want. So yeah, so that's how it is going. it's difficult to manage, but the passion for the work and to strive for the success is something which keeps us running.
Right. So, if I ask you like things you are passionate about in your life, so what are those things? And what is the role of motivation and inspiration onto this further?
For motivation or inspiration, if you ask, I would seriously say about my two founders, that is Abhyuday Agarwal and Ramanuj Mukherjee. I started working with them when this was a 10 people company, right? I have seen how they have worked and how they have grown now to more than 500 people in last 8 years, coming up with number of courses, different brands. So I would say the way they work, that is 24/7, 365 days. I don't know how they work, but and the thought process, what they have built, because I was in a direct communication with these people, I could see and I could understand more. I would say they are my inspiration at the end of the day, and the motivating factor which makes you understand that hey, how you they are working and how you can contribute to the organization. So I would say they have been, and I don't have words to express how hardworking and how clear on their goals they are, which has made me somewhere. I would say some only a very few percentage. I would say that which has made me think in that areas. How I think now. Yes.
So, apart from work, there would be certainly some things which you are passionate about in your life. So, one is baking, which I mentioned.
Yeah, I was a quite a passionate craftsman, if you can say, and cook. I used to take cooking classes in my weekends because I was very passionate about this. And this also goes to my mom. She used to teach me a lot of stuff, and I was very foodie, so I wanted to learn few things. So that is a very passionate thing. But I would say, unfortunately, after my second daughter, like from past 4 years, I couldn't even bake a cake on her birthday. I think I just did once. I couldn't get time to do that. But yeah, it is something which I love to do when I have a time.
Great, really nice. So, if I ask you like about your work and experiences, how you started your career and what all you did so far?
Okay. So initially, when I started my career, I was into the direct teaching module where I was teaching in the classes. I was taking guest lectures in the university. When I shifted to Mumbai after my marriage, again here I used to take classes for teaching to the students for 12th and others. But this was something which I did until I gave birth to my first daughter. Before I gave a birth to her, I decided that after she is born, I won't be doing this work, because at the end of the day, it will disturb her also and me also. And as staying alone in Mumbai, I don't wanted to give her in the hands of maids and go ahead for my work. And I discussed this with one of my old friends, that I would like to work after this particular point for some opportunity which is work from home. And if we talk before 8 or 9 years, work from opportunities were like scammers. Do the data entry work this much. It was like 99% would be the scam. Only 1% who are fortunate can get work from home.
Right.
So I wanted to do something which was this, and she introduced after I delivered the baby when she was 3 months. She introduced me to the Ramanuj and Abhyuday because they were common friends, and that's how I started. But that was also not easy, as I was the first work from home employee for them. It was very difficult to understand whether a work from home employee can do the work. And I was given a trial task which I did for 20 days. I told them, you can judge me, you can test me, whatever you want. I am open, I don't need a salary. So first 20 days I worked without salary, just to prove that yes, the work can be done if there are instructions and the requirements mentioned. And after 20 days, I got an offer to work for them. I accepted it as a part-time employee for first 1 year, as my daughter was small. So I used to spend 5 to 6 hours initially. And then I was turned to the full-time employee once I was comfortable working as a full-time. I started my journey as a customer support executive. I used to call students, I used to ask their feedback, I used to help them in operational or support related queries. That I did for a year. After that, I was managing the support team, where I hired other 2 people. And we started, as we were growing, we had to build a team also. So after that, after handling support for a year, then I became the operations manager, handling end-to-end everything. After successfully completing that role for next 2 years, Then I was made a head of customer success team, where I used to help our existing candidates for their various other issues and for other areas with any other operational or any work which was required by the company. So this was at and in 2021, Ramanuj wanted that we should come up with a department where we can help our students to work as a remote employee with international organizations, which was there in the market if we talk about the freelancing, which was available if we talk various platforms. And he wanted that we should train the people personally, we should guide them, we should make them understand how this platforms work. And I took that challenge. I started with the freelance department in April 2021. I think that particular day was a life changing event for me, because I also didn't knew anything. If I tell you frankly, what is this? He just told me this I want. I said, okay, let me research for a week. I'll come back to you. What is it and how we can help our students? But after 3 days, I had a lot of material, lot of research which I did, and I found it could be a great thing if we help our candidates for freelancing across the globe. I started independently at that time for 2 months, that let me check and prove whether this works or not. If it works, then we'll hire a team specifically for that. I independently work for small to big tasks, anything. And it was a quite successful thing in 2 months. I was interacting with the students, speaking with them late nights, sharing opportunities at 12 a.m. at night, helping them for proposals, all that. And after 2 months, as it seemed to be a successful journey, I started hiring team. And in last 2 years, I would say now I have 50 people who are reporting me in this department, which is for placements and freelance. And I would say proudly that we have helped more than 15,000 students already for freelance jobs and internships.
Great, that's really wonderful. And apart from this, you are also taking classes.
Yeah, I take classes which are for freelancing, personal branding. So I take those classes. So yes, it's also going on. That makes me actually energetic. Last week I didn't had sessions a lot. So it was like a dull day. At the end of the day, it was like I didn't interacted with the candidates today. So that interaction makes personally me very active. And I have always said one thing to my founders, that sorry boss, I don't work for you, I work for the candidates who join us. So I'll be working for them. If they are in trouble, I'll work for them. So that's what my goal is actually, to have
really wonderful thoughts.
Yeah, thank you.
So if I ask you, like, what is your vision, mission and goal in life for next 5 to 10 years from now?
I'm clear that for next 7 years, I would like to contribute here. Though if I retire, I'll retire with this company only. If I retire from here, I won't work. And the work which I'll do after that, like my goal is to work for next 7 to 8 years. After that, I'll move to maybe a part-time or just as a consultant. Apart from that, I am quite interested, you say, to serve for the social causes. And the problem is with the job which is full-time, you don't get time to contribute to your nation.
Correct.
So my goal is after 7 years, I would like to spend my 3 to 4 hours every day for the country, for various causes, for NGOs, for various things. So that is my goal. But these 7 years, I would wholeheartedly give to the company. And after that also, as a whatever, I don't know, I haven't thought, rather I have not discussed, but this is my thought. But it's as clear as that I'll retire from here. I won't work any other organization.
Right. So onto this further, like, what are the most important life lessons you have learned from your personal as well as professional journey so far?
First important thing is patience. Don't lose that. There will be people around you, those who will distract, those will make you say various things, but you need to keep yourself calm. Second, there are challenges in every person's life. It's not that you don't have a challenge, but if you have some goal for yourself, keep aside that challenge, live with that, but don't compromise on your goals. I have worked for 16 to 18 hours, handling my daughters also and handling my work also, because I was passionate that I don't want to lose the job, or I don't want to be termed as a person who has not performed. So I would say to anyone listening to this, just keep aside your challenges, work towards your goals, and be passionate about it, what you are doing. If you are passionate, you can crack any nut which comes in your way.
Correct. That's really wonderful. Because if you are passionate, things are easy. If you are not, then you find Like
It is a burden then
words.
on us. It's
Uh,
a burden. If we are not passionate, if I tell someone, it is a kind of a burden that, oh God, I have to do this.
Correct. We find excuses.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm moving on to the personal branding since you've been teaching personal branding quite long. So, how does a strong personal brand benefit startup founders in terms of attracting investors and securing funding for their ventures? So, what are the ways they can like improve on this?
Very, very good question nowadays. I would say it is important for a person from their student life. Okay. If you want to do something in your career, your brand should be very strong. Now, to build a brand, there are various things that a person can do. You can write about your thoughts, you can write about your research, you can write about it, you can get published your articles, you can get published your books, you can share on social media your thoughts. So that is something very, very important. And it has to be consistent. The problem with the people, we see that we are not consistent in our goals. We are not consistent in the work that we do, right? So if you are talking about personal brand, we all struggle with that. Everyone struggle because we don't have time for that. Our work is requiring more time. Our personal life requires the time, but the brand which we had to build, we don't have time for that. So first, dedicatedly every week a person should have 4 hours where you just work on your branding. In a week, 4 hours, and in that 4 hours, you in a month for a one day decide what you will do in whole this month. And there are various ways, as I mentioned, attend certain conferences, you can write the books, you can write articles, share on social media, connect with the relevant people. Now, if I am a startup founder, what I will do, who are my targeted audience? Is it B2B? It is B2C? What is it? I'll target my audience, I'll start connecting with them, I'll start networking with them, and I will write what is the pain point for my target audience. If I know pain points of the, I would say, my target audience, who could be my customers, and I'm able to relate that to their pain points, you will start getting connection requests by yourself. You'll start getting people connecting you. You can be in the service domain, you can be in the product, you can be in manufacturing, anything. First, understand who is your customer, and based on that, make a plan. Start sharing about your product, start sharing about your services. But it shouldn't be that, okay, Lux ka soap hai, I will start running the soap ads on my social media. But I will say why Luxes can be good, right? What is the difference between this and the other product? So if you can do that from initial stages, it is not that when you come up with the product, you will start doing that. It should be that you know that this is my venture, I would start this. Start from initial stages when you are even planning for the incorporation of something. So in the meantime, you are in the thoughts of people. People know about you. You have a big network. If you come up with something, people will know easily because the network is already built. So
Right.
I would just, one thing which is important is understand the pain point of your audience and hit that. If you are able to hit that, you can be a successful entrepreneur in whatever you are doing.
Right, you rightly pointed out. This will really help. We need to have a like right strategy for the personal branding thing that will really help us. So on to this further, if I ask you like what role does personal branding play in establishing credibility and trust for startup founders within their industry or niche? And how does this impact their ability to form valuable partnership and collaborations?
Very good question. Now, credibility is important, right? One bad comment can ruin the company, right? It can go viral.
Correct.
But to do those good things, is it possible to do it in a day?
That takes
It's
time,
not
long
possible.
time actually.
It takes a long time. So long time is that I have started my startup. Now I want some investors. And on the first day, like in the month I need the investors, I'll start doing something. It won't work. As I mentioned in the last question, if you start even before you incorporate your company, okay, start from that, start sharing about you, build your credibility. How you can build your credibility? You can do some CSR related small activities. You can write some articles, write some books, build some, speak in some TEDx event. You can do these things to come in the limelight of the audience. One. And when people search about you, if you want the investors, if you want the partners, what they will do? They will search about you on Google. Now, if that Google page say a lot about your accomplishments, your past, your great education or whatever, like the good things that you have been doing. If that says, they will be interested to know more about you. But if that page comes blank, they have to do a lot of background research around the people who are around you. They will try to connect people around you. And I don't know how positive feedback people around us can give. So it would be really better that we establish ourselves, that if someone click our name, we should be available at least 10 to 15 searches which talks about our thought process, our goals. Maybe if you want, you can take the paid media coverage. Initially, it's very difficult for any startup founder or any person who is doing something new to share about their knowledge. Who will interview us? No, we'll have to pay them. But if you are right that yes, this is what I want to do, if you want to share this with the public, it's not a bad deal. Maybe pay someone and get your interview, or about your company, what you are doing in the social media. At the end of the day, everyone is doing advertising, right? Any product or service, people are doing advertising. Why can't you do for yourself? Let people know about you.
Correct.
And that can create a magical effect.
Rightly pointed out. So, can you discuss the ways in which a well crafted personal brand can help startup founders differentiate themselves in a competitive market and build a loyal customer base for their product or services?
Yeah, very good. First thing is, have your files and social media very active. Keep it updated. We don't do it like we are not updating ourselves on our channels, right? So keep that updated. Number one. Number two, connect with the various networks. Nowadays, in the area of LinkedIn, Facebook, other social media channels, you have the groups. Join those groups, right? Join various groups where you can connect and network with the people. Apart from that, if your customer says good about you, don't hide it just for you and just have that day as a satisfactory day. Share that on the social media. Let people write a testimonial about you. Let people give a small 1 minute video feedback about your product or services. This is very, very important, which generally people are missing out on. I have 20,000 customers, those who are happy, but I'm not able to tap them. I need to do, and if you are a startup founder, keep a dedicated professional who can connect to your targeted, like your, I would say, customers and get the feedback. There are two benefits. One, the feedback will help you improve on your product and services. And second, where you get positive feedback, share that on the social media. Get reviews on Google, get reviews on various searching. There are many, mouthshut.com, Google, Quora, there are so many places. Get feedback about your services and products on these channels. And you will see, you will get much better results. Have your own YouTube channel for the product and services that you are offering. Get it as many people who can subscribe to those channels. It will make your product viral.
Right.
I think that these are the initial stages, initial things. If anyone does, they can see the success for sure.
Correct. So there are simple things which we can follow on a routine basis, which really can help us. So
I would say a few things people don't know maybe, but as I'm into this freelance support, there are marketing agencies who come and ask for the reviews which are fake reviews. The person don't have, and this is like generally in the market it is happening. Why can't we have the real reviews from our customers? Why we need these things? So tap every day, get as many people write about you on the social media. Where you get negative feedback, work on that, improvise your products and services and share same with that client and get the positive feedback.
correct. That's really nice. If we follow this, really help. So now moving back to you again, like what are your thoughts about success? What do you feel about it?
For me, success is not money. I'll say this very clearly. For me, success is when I've done something good on that particular day. I don't think of the next day. I even tell my small kids, the day I'll just not wake up, you will not realize it. You'll just remember me for a day and then you'll forget. So no one is going to remember you for future. If you do something good, if you are satisfied for that day, if you have contributed to someone's life, that is what makes you successful. In my eyes, I am just talking about me. So for me, the success is if I'm able to generate or support anyone in particular day, that adds to my success.
Really nice. So now we are moving on to the last one. So any message or advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners?
So important thing, everyone, whether you are a student or you are an experienced professional or you are from the top industry, please work on your branding. Very, very important part for your quick growth. Second, have the patience and do the right efforts. Hard works always pay. So do that. I think that would be sufficient. If only we follow this much, we will be successful in our life.
Right, that's really wonderful. Like startups, for any employees also, it is really relevant if they start working on their profile, sharing details about their likes, dislikes, thoughts, and also share more about things or related to the career or the business they are into, so that this will help them create their own personal brand, which people see and understand, know them well, and that will help them to grow their network and connect with like-minded people, and also to the target audience, which can give them the offer or the opportunity, whatever. So that really can be a wonderful thing. So thank you so very much, Priyanka. It was really wonderful having you here today. You have shared insights about personal branding, which was very relevant for everyone. So thank you once again for you, and we are looking forward to have you again once again. And we would probably be discussing about more on personal branding, specific things, like what all things we can do in a specific target segment, so that that will help more relevant, more meaningful support to our audience. So thank you so much for your time, and I will also share your social media link along with the interview, so that people can be in touch with you, take your help and guidance also.
Thank you so much, Jitendra. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you so much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you, and bye bye.